Marcus Chin stood in his corner office on the 42nd floor, looking down at the city below like a king surveying his kingdom. He had built his empire from nothing, and he wore his success like armor. But today, that armor was about to crack. A young woman in jeans and a simple gray t-shirt was about to walk through his door and change everything he thought he knew about power, respect, and the choices we make when nobody's watching. What Marcus didn't know was that 15 years ago, he had made a decision that would come back to haunt him in the most unexpected way. This is a story about how one act of cruelty can echo through time, and how kindness, even when it seems forgotten, never truly dies. Before we dive into this powerful story, if you believe in the transforming power of kindness, please take a moment to subscribe to Kindness Lights. Hit that like button, and drop a comment below sharing a time when someone's kindness changed your life. Your story might inspire someone who really needs it today. Now, let's begin. It was a Tuesday morning when Emma Sullivan walked into the headquarters of Chin Industries. She didn't look like someone who belonged there. While everyone else wore expensive suits and designer shoes, Emma wore her most comfortable jeans, worn sneakers, and a t-shirt she'd gotten from a charity run 5 years ago. She carried a simple brown folder under her arm and nothing else. The receptionist looked her up and down with barely concealed disdain. "Can I help you?" she asked, her tone making it clear that she doubted it. "I'm here to see Marcus Chen," Emma said calmly. "I have an appointment." The receptionist checked her computer, her perfectly manicured nails clicking against the keyboard. Her expression shifted from dismissive to confused. "You're Emma Sullivan." "That's right." Within minutes, Emma was being escorted to the executive floor. She could feel the stares burning into her back as employees whispered and wondered who this casually dressed woman was and why she was being taken to see the CEO himself. Marcus was on a phone call when she arrived, and he gestured impatiently for her to sit down. He barely glanced at her, too absorbed in whatever deal he was making to notice anything unusual. When he finally hung up, he looked at Emma properly for the first time, and his face registered surprise, then amusement. "I'm sorry," he said, not sounding sorry at all. "I think there's been some kind of mistake." "Are you sure you're in the right building?" "No mistake," Emma said quietly. "I'm exactly where I need to be." Marcus leaned back in his leather chair, a smirk playing at his lips. "Okay, I'll bite. What can I do for you, Miss Sullivan?" "Emma Sullivan. And actually, Mr. Chen, I'm not here to ask you for anything. I'm here to inform you of something." She opened her brown folder and slid a document across his massive glass desk. "As of 9 o'clock this morning, I am the new majority owner of Chin Industries." The silence that followed was deafening. Then Marcus laughed. It was a big, booming laugh that filled the entire office. "That's hilarious." "Really? Did someone put you up to this? Is this some kind of prank?" But Emma didn't laugh. She didn't smile. She simply sat there, calm and composed, waiting for him to finish. Marcus's laughter died as he picked up the document. His eyes scanned the pages, and with each line he read, the color drained from his face. The papers were legitimate. Through a series of strategic stock purchases made through various investment firms over the past year, someone had been quietly buying up shares of his company. And that someone was the woman sitting across from him in a charity-run t-shirt. This isn't possible," he whispered. "Who are you? You really don't remember me, do you?" Emma asked, and for the first time, there was emotion in her voice. Not anger, but something sadder. Disappointment, perhaps. Marcus stared at her, searching his memory. "Should I?" 15 years ago, Emma began, "I was a 16-year-old girl working at a diner in Queens. My mother was sick with cancer, and we were about to lose our apartment. I was working double shifts, trying to keep us afloat while finishing high school." Something flickered in Marcus's eyes. A memory, perhaps, trying to surface. "You came in one night," Emma continued. "You just closed your first major deal. You were celebrating with your friends, ordering expensive bottles of wine at a diner that barely served wine at all. You were loud, demanding, treating me and the other waitress like we were invisible. When I brought your check, you looked at the total and laughed. You said, 'This is what I spend on coffee.' Then you pulled out a huge roll of cash." Marcus's face had gone pale. He did remember. Not clearly, but enough. I thought you were going to leave a generous tip, Emma said, her voice steady but soft. We'd put up with your group's rudeness all night, cleaned up your mess, smiled through your condescending jokes. But you didn't leave a tip at all. Instead, you threw a penny on the table and said, that's what your service was worth. Maybe next time you'll try harder. The memory came flooding back to Marcus now, sharp and shameful. He remembered being drunk on success and wine, remembered his friends laughing, remembered the look on that young girl's face. Your friends thought it was hilarious, Emma continued. But there was one person in your group who didn't laugh. An older gentleman, maybe in his 60s. After you all left, he came back inside. He apologized for your behavior. He left me $1,000 tip and told me something I've never forgotten. He said, real wealth isn't measured in dollars. It's measured in the kindness you show when you have the power to be cruel. Marcus felt like he'd been punched in the chest. That was my mentor. Robert Jameson. I know, Emma said. After that night, Robert stayed in touch with me. He paid for my mother's treatment. He put me through college, then business school. He taught me everything he knew about business and about being human. When he passed away 2 years ago, he left me his entire fortune, including his shares in this company and his investment portfolio. He made me promise that I would use what he gave me to make a difference.